gonna jump straight into it. Like there's an image I can't get out of my head a year ago. It's freaking Monday Night Football. It's 9/11. You're running out with an American flag. Like everybody and their mom is watching, right? This amazing storyline that's about to unfold. And like wham, obviously we all got cheated out of it.
Yeah, some more than others, yeah.
I'm curious, though, a year later now, what are your memories that day? Like what's...
Yeah, it's kind of a blur, honestly. You've had some serious injuries. Like, I knew when I was on the ground that something was wrong. And sometimes you get drilled and, something's off and you just kind of hope you get up and it kind of like shakes itself out sometimes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, well, that's just a sprained MCL or an ankle
totally.
that's, I got to walk off. But when I stood up, I said, I knew it, and then I just went down and everything flashing before your eyes, the 18 years in Green Bay, the trade, the spring, this excitement, the summer, the city, the hard knocks, running on the field with the flag for the first time, 9/11. And then just thinking that's going to be the last time, because I know I'm old and the rehab I knew was going to be tough. And so in the training room, I really thought, damn, that's how I'm going to go out.
Yeah. Certainly you've had your physical rehab, but really the mental side of this. And they don't know what goes into that. And I think they see you as like a Hall of Famer and that you probably don't deal with these things, right? You don't deal with doubt, thinking your career's over. Like, is this how it really is going to end? They don't see like the setbacks and the plateaus. I mean, I'm curious, like those are things that I battled. Like, are those things you've dealt with and how have you like countered them,
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough year. It's probably been the best year of my life, though, at the same time. Maybe you can relate to that, but when you get hurt in a significant way, it's a reset on life, and everything just stops in your life. Everybody else's life, man, keeps going.
Yeah.
Like I always said, the game was around long before we started. It's going to be around long after we're done. It doesn't stop for you. The whole world doesn't wait for you to come back, conquering here. No. Everything keeps on going.
Keeps going. Yep.
But your life stops. You become sedentary. You can't move. You got to be waited on by people. You got to be taken care of. And as somebody who loves taking care of other people, talk about life lesson right there of just like sitting in all the frustration, the sadness, the heartbreak. But it was a total reset for my life. And I'm so thankful for it. In the moment, you never think, and I've never said, I don't even like the saying, everything happens for a reason. Because I'm like, really?
Yeah.
But I do believe if you can't get out of your own way, you're going to miss all the little miracles that go on around you. The people that come into your life and take care of you. And I know you had a lot of people take care of you during yours that become like family. They become so close. In your time of need, they showed up time and time again. And then, you start working on the mental part. The physical, you have these big jumps and then there's a long plateau.
Yeah.
Where it's like when you go from sitting your ass on a couch to now I can actually walk to the bathroom with crutches. Then I can actually walk in a shoe. Those are exciting times. But the mental part takes forever because you're still trying to get over the frustration, the heartache, the heartbreak, the what if, the what could have been, the excitement, feeling like you let people down. I think you still deal with that. I mean, you still wonder, can I go out there and do it? Until you've done it. Now, training camp was awesome for me because I had one of the better camps I've had. I just felt like, but every day, I was telling one of the coaches this, every day I got to remind myself I'm great. I got to go out there and do it. It's the same thing come Monday night. Like, I got to go out there and remind myself I can do this. It's been a couple of years since I played, full game. But the mental part, how did I do that? I did, a lot of stuff I like doing. I went out in the jungle for a week. I went and did, and worked on my meditation practice daily to kind of reset, surround myself with really important people, unplugged, just putting the phone away, trying to getting off the grid. I had to. Going to Egypt was I planned the Egypt trip in the doldrums of rehab. I said, I need something next summer to look forward to because mentally I'm not in a good place. So you got to. I mean, you have to have some goals on the horizon, not just the physical ones, but the mental ones to full body reset because it's not just the physical part. It's like you said, it's the mental part.
You mentioned these milestones that you hit in your rehab, right? Like even the walk into the bathroom. And then you fast forward to big things like practicing, right? Like training camp. Have you been tackled yet?
No,
Okay,
I need to.
so this was
I need to get hit.
so
Yeah.
this was, and I dealt with this big time. Like the last big mental wall and physical certainly. Like as QBs, like you wear a bright red jersey, right? Like I know this. You're untouched. You didn't play in the preseason. I dealt with the same thing the last time you got tackled. Your Achilles ruptured, right? Like you're gonna go through this on Monday Night Football in front of the country. It's fascinating. Like what? Have you thought about that?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
like no, there's no other position.
I was
kind of
hoping that Tack or somebody would accidentally like drill me in
Yeah.
practice because you just get it out the
Yeah.
way, or even a joint practice. You never know what's going to happen in those. Just somebody accidentally
Yeah.
like come screaming too hard to get pushed in you get to knock, but nothing happened. I was upright the whole time. I might have gotten stepped on and fallen down at one point, but yeah, I think it's really two things. One, getting tackled or hit,
Yeah.
and the other is extending a play and like running for a first down and sliding or running out of bounds, where there's going to be a wry.
Get that first down run and give them that look.
Yeah, it's going to be that wry smile, like,
Yep.
did that, which I'm looking forward to.
It's so nice to be able to move beyond those.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and again, it'd be.
I need
to
to,
watch.
though.
Yeah.
You need to, because that's the last step. It was like doing practice, extended play, throw a ball on the run. But even in practice, guys aren't running trying to kill you. Some of the worst hits are in the sideline. When you're trying to get there, they're trying to drill you.
Yep.
The
awkward ones.
A lot of times they might ease up a little bit, but I'm not getting chase full speed with some crazy guy trying to drill me. So it's those two things, and then we'll be settling in a little bit.
I think one of your greatest strengths, like at least from my perspective, has been your ability to take a narrative, to take whatever crap's out there, and you use it as fuel. And like some people call it a chip on a shoulder or whatever. I think it's strength. I mean, I don't care if it's high school and not getting a scholarship. It's sitting in the green room, right? It's replacing a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
like
you left right away.
You've constantly, like you do, and it's fascinating. Like things that I think other people, and even for me, like could be discouraging.
Yeah.
You flip it. Like, and I don't know if you hear it now. Now it's, we're 40. You're 40. Achilles, like you're not going to be the same. You're not going to be the guy from a couple years later. Like, how do you deal with that?
I enjoy it. I think we all need the little extra inspiration to play as long as we have. You have to be self-motivated. So you have to be able to wake up in the morning and push yourself out the door, even on the toughest days. But we also need to be inspired a little bit. And having that doubt, the negativity, it's just that little extra inspiration that I just am so thankful for. Because in those moments where you're like, man, like I'm tired, you're pushing through a practice, or you're pushing through a weight room set or a rehab set, and you're watching people talk about how you're done, you're never going to come back. Like just that little extra something, man, it goes a long way, and I'm real thankful for it. So I don't let it bother me. I'm thankful for all of it. Like just that little extra, little inspiration, chip, whatever it might be, is really appreciated.
Has that rubbed off on the team at all? I mean, there's a lot of same thing, kind of New York media, this team, expectations, everybody's got an opinion. It seems pretty polarizing.
Well, I think the most important thing is we can't ride the wave. We can't ride the up and down. I thought we were at our best in Green Bay over the years. We didn't ride the emotional wave of we're incredible, we're terrible. Because, the New York media has a reputation. Green Bay media, there's expectations there.
Yes.
They have a reputation. There's expectations. Green Bay is title town for a reason. So when we weren't winning titles, which was a lot of years, there's some harsh criticism that comes with that. I think the most important thing is with this first game, we win, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're the best team in the league. We lose, we're the same old Jets.
Yep.
Right? It's, quarterbacks washed. They're not going to be able to do it. They're overrated, whatever it is. So it's going to be really important to see how we respond, not this week, but the next week and then the following week. Because some of the best teams are teams that hit their stride midseason or late season. I remember you guys had a run one of your years where you guys went like 6 or 8 going into the playoffs, right? And those are probably the best teams you're on, where you dealt with that adversity, then you figure it out, then you go on a run. Because the teams that win in the playoffs are teams that get hot. And we won the first 13 in 2011, then we lose at Kansas City, then we kind of have a couple games going to the playoffs, and we lose in divisional round. I mean, like the year we won the Super Bowl, we won our last 2 to get in. and we're the 6th seed. The best teams are the teams that can stay healthy but also get on that run. So we got to ride this wave. We got to get off the wave. We can't be
totally.
riding this up and down the entire season because that's what the media wants to do. And so if we can find a way to do that, especially after this first week, will be a great test for us, whether we go out there and take care of business or whether we don't. But I'm excited to see how we respond, because that's one of the things that, as older players, you love to see how the team deals with adversity. And you can lead the way, but everybody else does it in their own way. And this is a big fishbowl, so it's going to be fun.
Shockingly, the NFL decided to run this back since Monday night last year. We're going to do Monday night this year again, right? And this time, you're going home, right? Northern California kid. I'm a West Coaster too. I know what this is like. But this is your childhood team. What do you expect that moment to be like when you run back out on the field?
Yeah, I think it's going to be emotional for sure. I mean, there's been a few emotional times when I kind of knew things were done in Green Bay, like that last walk off the field. I'll tell you, last year was real emotional. As I was carrying that flag, when I kind of held in my hand in the tunnel, I was like, I felt myself getting teared up a little bit. I was, as a father, and the older we get, it's a little easier to, have the tears come.
Yep.
But it'll be emotional listening to the anthem and just thinking back to that year almost to the day. So I'll be fighting back misty eyes for sure. But there's a lot of gratitude that comes from it, for all the people that were there for me, for my surgeon, for my head of rehab, for all the people that showed up for me, all the messages that were sent. That stuff meant a lot to me in some dark moments. And it continues on. And those people have still played a really important role in my life. So I'll be thinking about all those people who kind of got me from off the table in the training room to back on the field.
Has there been an approach like my last year when I came back? It was almost freeing in a sense. Like, I went to camp every day. I went to practice every day. Every game I drove, like, this might be my last. Like, and it was like freeing in a lot of ways. Like, is that at all like? I mean,
yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. I think when you get on the other side of a major injury, you feel like you're kind of playing with house money.
Yeah.
And I said this towards the end of my career in Green Bay, but just having a little more awareness every single day, like not just going through the motions. You get on the bus, put your headphones in, you're just out of it. Maybe take them out every now and then. Yeah. Maybe find a conversation in the locker room, grab somebody. Just being a little more intentional, because this game has given us so much. Yeah. To like walk through this maybe zombie mode, I think you did miss out on a lot of really cool things. So I take the back roads every day to work, so it's a little longer drive. Yeah. I just enjoy like my time in the morning to just think about how special it is to be 40, to still be playing, to still have a chance, to come to work with a team that has a legitimate chance to be one of the final teams. Yeah. That's fun. So I don't take that for granted, and who knows what's going to happen.